of you for helping. That was helpful. So, hey everybody, I'm Ken.
That is the least energetic you've ever done.
I know, but I'm gonna explain why.
I'm Corinne.
Did you say I'm Kate? She's Kate. Yes, she said it. And we're 33 years apart now. My daughters are right now helping me through a little guided meditation because I'm feeling a little nervous, a little anxious, because tonight we're going to listen to Supper's Ready. That's funny that you guys are doing that and you don't even know why you're doing it.
I feel like you didn't think that was funny.
I don't think you did either.
I didn't think it. Well, no, it's funny. I'm just going to move on from that. But I want to explain like why I'm a little bit nervous. And so if you haven't been following us at all, if you haven't watched any of our videos, just skip ahead to where the song starts and you can enjoy our reaction to this. But for those of you that have been with us for the last 2.5 months, you know that I am an absolute Genesis fanatic. And one of the main reasons I even started doing this with Corinne and Kate, Corinne is still too far away from me.
Oh my God.
Move closer.
Yeah, you are way too far.
I'm just
one of the main reasons I started doing this is because I wanted an excuse to make them listen to and focus on this Genesis music that I love so much. And as a result, like we published some of these videos. We've got some great viewers, a very interactive audience. We've listened to some other artists. But the whole reason I got started was really to start listening to Genesis. And listening to Supper's Ready has like long been the goal. Like that's why we start listening to Genesis and why we started this. So this song is like the most important song for so many Genesis fans, myself included, that I'm nervous that we're going to listen to it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that you're fully prepared for this, but I have and those of you, and if you've seen us before, you know, like we just start recording and we say whatever, but I actually prepared some things that I wanted to say about this song. You're going to look at my notes?
The bullets are 5-fold.
You wrote the bullets are 5?
No, I didn't write that.
No,
she was just noticing that I have 5 individual. Okay, but so here's what I want to say. So the first thing I want to say, I just preface everything I just said is preface to say that it's really important to me that they like this song, right? And they've been honest about.
It's like a lot of pressure.
I know it is a lot. It's a lot of pressure. I think we've shown in the past that we're pretty honest about our reactions and what we like and what we don't like. But this song really, really means something to me. So this is an important moment, honestly. And for those of you who have been Genesis fans for a long time, this song may hold the same importance for you. So I don't want us to disappoint you, and I don't want to be disappointed as we listen to this song. So we talked. We recently listened to Aurora.
Yes.
The River, and we talked about how maybe a man needs to express his emotions more. Mm-hmm. And you said maybe sometimes you should just. Are you already yawning?
I'm sorry. Keep going.
You said maybe you just need to listen to some sad music or some music that gives you. And this is like the song.
So that I would listen. Sob.
I'm not see, and so here's the thing. Like normally, I think I rarely listen to this song without tearing up. But like there are lights here, there's a camera. Like we're kind of in this awkward situation the way we're recording this that it might not happen. Mm-hmm. But this is that song for me. And for many Genesis fans, and even broader than Genesis fans, this song is widely considered to be like the ultimate, like one of the top 3 progressive rock songs of all time. And that's just not me saying that. Like you can find other people saying that. So we're going to listen to the original studio version.
1E.
Well, we're on 1E here. We've only made it to 1E. Original studio version of Supper's Ready. And some of you have said you love the Phil Collins version on Seconds Out. I love that version too. But for me, it makes sense to understand the evolution of some of these songs. And so we're going to start with the studio version and hopefully come back to the live version on Seconds Out with Phil Collins at a later date. Okay, so here's what you Genesis fans will probably agree with. This is a song that very few people love the first time they hear it. There will be parts that you kind of like, it sounds interesting, oh, the lyrics are kind of cool, but this is one of those songs, as with many other Genesis songs, that you really have to listen to many times to really fully appreciate and fall in love with, and that's one of the weaknesses of this particular venue, the way we're doing this, right? You're not going to love this song the first time you hear it. But my hope is that you will recognize the amazing musicianship of this song, the depth of the lyrics, and at the very least, be intrigued to maybe listen to it again at another time. And with repeated listens, this is the type of song that would really grow on you. And one thing that I want to point out, and people have pointed this out in the comments and with other reactors, to keep in mind as we're listening to this, that the members of Genesis were in their early 20s when they wrote this and published this. Peter Gabriel was 22 when this was published, which is amazing when you think...
Younger than me.
Yes, younger than you, just a tiny bit older than you. And so they wrote this song, which is considered to be just one of the ultimate songs of the era. Okay, so here's why... If you're still watching after all my talking, and again, I have chapters.
This is only bullet 3.
We're only on bullet 3. But here's why this is the ultimate way for you to experience us reacting to it. This is why this is really good for you who are watching us right now. Sales pitch. Kate has never heard this song before. This is the first time she's listening to this. Corinne has heard this song a handful of times.
Maybe twice.
Maybe twice, maybe 3 times, but enough to know a little bit about what it sounds like, maybe a little bit what it's about,
a little,
and a little bit, and so she already knows the shape of it a little bit. And I am, of course, an absolute fanatic about this song. So you have it all. You have everything from never heard it before to a growing interest to an absolute love affair with this song. That's a weird way to say it. Not a love affair. I think
that's what it is.
A love affair with the song, based on what you can see here. So I think we're going to be able to provide you with a good range of reactions to Supper's Ready. So here's what I want to do. And we're already how many minutes in? I don't know. Too many. This is probably going to be our longest video to date. So I want to give you guys kind of the arc of the song. I'm not going to go into any of the details.
Can I read your notes over here?
Yeah, I'm right here. The arc of the song. I'm not going to go into any of the details of the lyrics. We're gonna read the lyrics as we're listening to this. But I want to give you a sort of an overall feel for the song. And so the story of the song, as I understand it, and some of you in the audience may have more information, the song starts with a man and his wife sitting alone at home. And the man suddenly senses a distance between himself and his loved one. And what happens is this shift from this intimate situation to sort of this grand experience that's happening in the outside world. A battle ensues between good and evil. And so this man is led on this sort of amazing journey, and it takes him through. There's a situation where we'll hear about a fake Messiah that is trying to convince people to follow him, and then there's this sort of a humorous part where
Maybe you shouldn't give it away.
I'm not giving too much away. The idea is that it starts with a very intimate scene between a man and his wife. And then it transforms into the ultimate epic battle between good and evil. And there's a section of this song called Apocalypse in 9/8. So we actually go to the apocalypse. And there are so many biblical references in the song, and mythical references and literary references. But the idea is that this man is led to this amazing journey, and we're taken out of his home to this battle between good and evil. And then he returns. It's back, and he's just there with his wife. And we don't know if what happened really happened or if it's just sort of symbolic about what he was experiencing in his relationship. But then we come back to the end of the song where he's back home with his wife and everything resolves. So this song is broken into seven different sections. We're going to stop occasionally toward the beginning of the song, but once it starts, the section that's called Apocalypse in 9/8, I'm not going to stop it because I can't stop it. Like it's one of my absolute favorite pieces of music. And in fact, Tony Banks at one point described the closing section of this song, the peak of the song, as the best Genesis ever did. Like it is the ultimate that Genesis ever did. So that's what we're doing, and I hope I didn't ruin it for all of you just by talking for so long. We are going to start with Horizons, which is just a minute and a half. Kate knows Horizons. What did you say?
I love Horizons. It's on my my instrumentals playlist.
Instrumentals playlist.
I know. Are you asking me to say?
I am. I thought you would pick up on my cue and you would just jump in.
Oh, sorry. I also love Horizons, and I can play it on the guitar.
Yes.
I used to be able to.
Used to be able to.
I played it recently.
Yeah, so we're going to, at a future date, Corinne's going to regale us with Horizons on the guitar.
Probably not.
It'll happen. So, and because I rarely listen to Supper's Ready without listening to Horizons first, we're going to listen to Horizons, and it's going to feed into Supper's Ready. And when we do, we're going to be looking at the lyrics. You don't have the lyrics available. I was surprised to see I couldn't find a version with the lyrics available. But let me bring up title. There we go. And we're going to start with Horizons. How are we feeling? I feel like I've really stressed both my daughters out right now.
They're going to be huge disappointments.
I know,
too.
they're going to be huge disappointments. This is going to be so upsetting for me. But okay, so we're going to stop a couple of times.
What's upsetting for you?
If you guys are just like, this kind of sucks.
I think we would actually say that?
No, I know you wouldn't. But yeah, I like we joked. We did an April Fool's joke just a couple days ago, and I was talking about how great Whodunit is.
I think.
But this is serious, right? What are you gonna say?
You're gonna be okay.
I'm gonna be okay.
Get into
so
it.
they're helping with me with my breathing. They're very supportive, so I think everything's gonna be okay. All right, so here we go. Horizons into Supper's Ready. We're going to be reading the lyrics through Supper's Ready, and I will stop a couple times. I believe this is Steve Hackett, a Steve Hackett composition.
You need to get me a classical guitar. Sounds a lot better when he plays it.
So pretty, so pretty.
Walking across the sitting room, I turn the television off. Sitting beside you, I look into your eyes as the sound of motor cars fades in the nighttime. I swear I saw your face change. It didn't seem quite right. And it's hello, babe, with your guardian hair so blue. my baby, don't you know our love is true? Coming closer with our eyes, a distance falls around our bodies. Out in the garden, the moon seems very bright. 6 saintly shrouded men move across the lawn slowly. The 7th walks in front with a cross held high in hand, and it's, hey babe, your supper's waiting for you. Hey my baby, don't you know our love is true? I've been so far from here, far from your warm arms. It's good to feel you again. It's been a long, long time. Isn't it?
I always like that riff, guitar riff.
Oh yeah. And there are a couple of really just compelling little guitar riffs and
Yeah.
musical pieces throughout this. So we've moved out of the man's home and we're entering sort of the wider world. Yeah. There's so many different sounds and nuances to this that you don't normally hear in songs, and so we'll highlight a few. It's not a marimba.
A flute?
There's definitely some flute in this.
I love flute.
Peter Gabriel will play. We'll hear a very strong flute piece from Peter Gabriel.
I know a farmer who looks after the farm. With water clear, he cares for his harvest. I know a fireman who looks after the farm. Can't you see his food? Yes, he's here again. Can't you see his food you owe? Sharing his peace, sign the lease. He's a supersonic scientist. He's a guaranteed eternal sanctuary man. Look into my mouth, he cried. And all the children lost on many farms. I bet my life you'll walk inside, hand in hand, land in land, with a spoonful of miracles. He's a guaranteed eternal sanctuary.
Ooh, it's spooky.
So I did say I was going to stop from time to time. It's a very long song, so it makes sense that we stop. So I think I said it aloud while we were listening. We've kind of moved from the man talking to his wife, and he feels the distance grow between them. And one of the things that may stand out a little bit when we listen to this song is that there are some phrases that aren't very familiar to me or to you guys. Like he's talking about her guardian eyes, and I don't really know what he means by that, but her guardian eyes so blue.
I really like that refrain.
It's really so pretty, and we do come back to that refrain as we'll see at the end. It's just absolutely so powerful and one of my favorite. But now we're talking about this fake Messiah, which is the guaranteed eternal sanctuary man who's convincing people and children to follow him.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So you know how I was talking about how there were like people in the backyard?
Yep.
Was that the Messiah pretending to be his wife? Because he said like your dinner's ready.
So we'll come back to the idea of the dinner being, and the whole title of the song "Supper's Ready" and what that means. So I think we heard it. He sees 6 saintly shrouded men moving across the lawn. The 7th walks in front with the cross held high in hand. That's a biblical reference to like the 7. I don't know what they're called. Sort of the indications of the coming apocalypse. Like these are and the number 7 has a very important biblical reference as well. So that's the first he sees. Like he's with his wife, and he sees some sort of biblical situation, an apocalyptic situation happening outside, and he's transported outside.
I like the transition there too, that shows him being transported. Like they're 2 very different sounds, but it was such a smooth.
Very smooth.
I liked when it became like.
Yeah.
That's all I can describe it.
Yeah.
In my head,
now, and we can come back to this at the end, but there are some. Peter Gabriel at some point said that he based this song, and he wrote, I think, almost all the lyrics of this song on an actual situation he had with his wife that he felt was a supernatural situation where he suddenly didn't recognize who she was, and there was something like really wrong happening. I think Steve Hackett later, said, I think, maybe one of them was having a bad trip or something. There might have been some drugs involved. But to Peter Gabriel, when he wrote this was how he experienced this situation.
It's very interesting.
Right? He was taken, there was something that happened. He was just sitting, they were watching TV, and this whole thing begins to unfold. So now we're out, we're learning about this, the fake Messiah, the guaranteed eternal sanctuary man. People are following him. We just heard children singing.
Creepy.
Very creepy.
Yeah.
Now
every time kids sing, it's really
it is, it's very creepy, and it's well done there. So we're going to see a few more things.
In his mouth?
Well, I don't think
I guess
they're
it just
literally
means
in
the
my
words.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're not literally in his mouth, but yes, they'll
gland and gland.
Glanding. They'll do whatever he says. They are hooked. He's like the Pied Piper,
Right.
and they are just going to follow him. Okay.
Got it.
So sorry again. This is going to be a very long video, but that's fine. Maybe I'll have to break it into 2. But I love the song too much.
Part 1, part 2.
Part 1, part 2. So we will rock you, little snake. So the children are going to keep the snake warm and comfort the snake. So that's kind of creepy.
That is creepy.
That's very creepy. Okay, so here we go. Continuing, supper's ready. And that is Peter Gabriel on the flute. You mentioned the flute. That's the
Very nice.
I like a flute.
Yeah.
Wearing feelings on our faces, what our faces took a rest. We walked across the fields to see the children of the West. We saw a host of dark-skinned warriors standing still below the ground. Waiting for battle.
Ooh.
Definitely switched to a battle.
Fights
so much left.
There's so much happening.
Yeah, a lot happening. So the battle's happening, right? And we've just been part of one of these battles.
Today's a day to celebrate the foe have met their fate. The order for rejoicing and dancing has come from our warlord.
Another nice transition.
Awesome transitions. And so many different sounds and time signatures.
Like the electric guitar and the classical
And-
guitar in the same song. is
Yeah.
cool.
And so now we're moving from the successful battle to a kind of a sad scene.
Wandering in the chaos the battle has left, we climb up the mountain of human flesh to a plateau of green grass and green trees full of life. A young figure sits still by a pool. He's been stamped human bacon by some butchery tool. He is you.
I'm going to stop quickly because this song is about to make a dramatic transition into a section called Willow Farm. And this is sort of it's almost like a little injection of humor almost, and like whimsy. What was
Eerily whimsical.
eerily whimsical? We've talked
favorite.
about before, our favorite. And there are a lot of references to English culture. As you'll see, there's a mention of Winston Churchill and different things. And so we've gone from this kind of euphoric battle victory to now we're realizing these sad scenes that are happening all over the place.
Also, if they're following a fake messiah, aren't they killing good people?
So we're following kind of, there are two opposing factions, right? You've got the group following the fake messiah, and you've got this, because what we're building to is the final battle between good and evil, the apocalypse. So
But aren't we following the evil side?
no, we're hearing kind of from both sides. And again, this is more my interpretation. We're kind of going back and forth between the two, and a lot of this is left up for interpretation. But I think in my mind, the original narrator that we were following, the man, he takes the good side and he's witnessing these things that are happening, and he becomes, again, my opinion, sort of like a champion for the good, and we're hearing what's happening. And then we come back. So the song is about to take a change, but I just wanted to preface it by saying it's almost like like you guys have mentioned the transitions. It's like almost a totally different song within this song, but also very, very famous for just the uniqueness and the interesting changes in this song. And by the way, we said this before, the drumming is fantastic. If you've been
Always.
following some of the drumming.
Electric guitar I like too, which I usually don't like.
It's just cool coming right after the classical guitar and then
Yeah.
having it go back to the classical guitar
Yeah.
too. It's like
It's all done. I could talk about the song for hours, obviously, but it's all done to such amazing effect. And we've talked before about how some of their songs feel like we're watching a show with many
Yeah, I was
acts.
thinking that.
This was designed that way. I
It's
mean,
like-
so this was intentionally designed with different acts.
yeah, this seems like what's the word? The pinnacle of everything we've talked about before.
Yes.
Like the
right.
culmination.
Yeah.
But it happened
It
before.
absolutely
But
is.
it
So
was
everything,
before the song.
kind of ideas and the thoughts you guys have had about the Genesis songs we've listened to, all the things that stood out as being unique and interesting about the music, I think is all captured in this one amazing composition.
Yeah. And I don't know, Peter Gabriel, his voice, we've said that about Phil Collins, like how his voice changes a lot over the course of the song, and he uses it differently in the different acts.
Yeah, they're both able to capture so much emotion in their singing. And we've been really, and more so, like I've always preferred Peter Gabriel, but listening to the Phil Collins Genesis with you guys and hearing you talk about it, I'm like, wow, yeah, he's really good. Like I've always known he's a good singer, but I mean, it's really, really good. But again, Peter Gabriel, I don't know. I'm not going to say at this point who's better.
His voice parts of it, not like simple in the sense that it's just his. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Like his voice feels pure. Like it's not.
Yeah.
All like auto tuned or
right.
Changed
Absolutely
in any way.
right. So yeah. Again, this is 1972. He's 21 years old or 22 years old, which to me is amazing. That like he wrote this and they wrote this music when they were all that young. So let's dive back in. Yes. So
is this the part where we're not stopping?
Not yet. I will stop before that, so you know. But so now we're about to have the shift in the song. Yeah. That's so we're going to Willow Farm in a second.
Social security took care of this lad. We watch in reverence.
And Narcissus is a character from, I believe, Greek mythology. Like every one of these references has some connection. Sorry.
A flower? If you go down to Willow Farm,
yeah, it's a change.
To look for butterflies, flutterbugs, gutterflies.
Sounds like a different singer.
It's a different, right, his voice sounds different, yeah.
Fox on the Rocks is the album.
Yes. He's dressed, it's a fox.
Oh, there's mom and dad and good and bad, and everyone's happy to be here. There's Winston Churchill dressed in drag. He used to be a British flag. Plastic bag, what a drag. The frog was a prince. The prince was a brick. The brick was an egg. The egg was a bird.
Fly away, you sweet little thing, and hot your tail.
Haven't you heard?
Protect you to a human being.
Yes, we're happy as fish and gorgeous as geese, wonderfully clean in the morning. We've got everything. We're growing everything. We've got some in, we've got some out. We've got some wild things floating about.
Yeah, I love that line.
We're changing everyone. You name them all, we've had them here. And the real stars are still to appear. Feel your body melt.
Man to man to man.
To dad, dad in the office, dad in the office. You're all full of ball. Dad to dad,
Dom to mom. Mom diddly washing, mom diddly washing.
you're all full of ball. Let me hear your lies. We're living this up to the eye. Mama, I want you now. As you listen to my voice, to look for hidden doors, tidy floors, more applause. You've been here all the time. Like it or not, like what you got, you're under the soil. It's deep in the soil. So we'll end with a whistle and end with a bang, and all of us fit in our places.
I like all the sound effects with the whistle.
Yes, the sound effects, the whistle.
And seriously, his voice sounded like a totally different.
Totally different, yes. Awesome.
And with the different singers coming in.
Yes.
Well, the background singers, but then there's the one it sounds like he's coming in the left headphone.
Yeah, it's going back and forth. And I think, to me, that sounded like Phil Collins.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it
wondering
was for sure, but it sounded like Phil Collins was singing some of those other lines.
Makes it feel like a musical. because
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
The spatial
things
audio,
coming from
you're fully
different
immersed.
sides.
Yeah.
The sound effects. That was a fun section.
That
Yeah,
was a
I
fun.
really
It's a
like
fun.
that
It
one.
is a
I
fun
don't-
section.
And I
Can't
like when
say I know what was happening in that
Me
section,
neither.
Right.
but it was fun.
Yeah, and we can dive more into it. You know, I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time with that now because we're now entering the section where I'm not going to stop.
Okay.
And so we have this. To me, there's about 8 minutes left. An amazing build up to my absolute favorite conclusion to any song. So I'm not going to stop it. And again, this is the section where Tony Banks said, like, this was us at our finest. Like, you'll hear the part, and you're going to see me just going like this. Like, and that's how you'll know we're there, because it's just...
And you'll be crying.
And I may be crying by the end of this. So we'll see. So there's a chance for that. So that's where we are. We're going to move into... There's a little bit of a quiet section, and then things just start picking up. And as we lead to the literal apocalypse, like in the song. Like, everything that's been happening, we've seen battles, we've got this weird Willow Farm community where people are trying to live together, whatever, but now we're leading to the apocalypse. And the apocalypse happens, the actual battle happens, and then again, I'm just going to reiterate this, the man returns at the end of the apocalypse to his wife back in their home, and that's where we close. So I'm not going to stop again, we're going to listen to this through to the end now. So here we go. Yeah.
Sounds like a siren.
Yeah. Yeah. There's the flute again. It's one like this.
Oh.
I did it like this, but that's not how you play a flute.
Hey, babe, with your guardian eyes so blue. Hey, my baby, don't you know our love is true? I've been so far from here, far from your loving arms. Now I'm back again. I'm maybe it's gonna work out fine. Can't you feel our souls ignite? Shedding ever-changing colors in the darkness of the fading night. Like the river joins the ocean as the germ in the sea grows. We finally be free to get back home. There's an angel standing in the sun, and he's crying with a loud voice. This is the supper of the mighty one, Lord of lords, King of kings, has returned to lead his children home, to take them to the new Jerusalem.
His voice was amazing there in that last section. It's like, I like that it's not perfect, like, but it's really
Right.
good. But it's like, bro, it'll crack sometimes, you know, like.
Not crack like
Not
a
like in a bad
pubescent
Right.
person,
Right.
but like with an emotion.
With
It's like,
emotion.
yeah, so it's so strong and like it just, yeah, very emotional. I like that you can. I feel like when it goes back to being about the wife, you can tell in his voice if his
Yeah.
voice feels more like emotional, whereas he was clearly kind of like telling a story in the previous sections, but then it feels more like, I don't.
Yeah, when he
Just
when
doing
he
this a
he,
lot for
he
us.
starts with that, and it's hey babe.
I think that's my
With
favorite part.
your-
Those
it's
are my
so
favorite lines of the
pretty,
song.
so
It feels
pretty.
very like those two lines are just like so loving and
Yeah,
beautiful. I don't know. I really like this song.
and it's sort of like this is probably obvious, but you know, it's the resolution at the end. It's the resolution of the apocalypse and the resolution of whatever came between him and his wife. You know, the two happened together.
Is his wife the new Jerusalem?
Well, the New Jerusalem symbolize like like in biblical prophecy, when good finally overcomes evil, the peace that reigns, the beautiful land in Eden that returns, is called the New Jerusalem.
Right, but so when he's
Right. So
isn't it her?
Well, I guess so, right? So you can, I don't know,
Or I
and
guess
this is
it's
open
just
to
like you said, the
interpretation, but it's right. It's sort of the final resolution of the two, and it's almost like in my mind the two stories become one, right? So like the final battle between good and evil ends triumphantly, just as his distance with his wife or loved one ends triumphantly, like they were both overcome in the same. I don't know.
And then I feel like the supper's ready when he says, "Can you go back to the lyrics again?"
He X'd it out.
Oh, I did exit out. I can bring it back up. It's right here.
That was really unprofessional, Dad.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry
it's not
about
even
that. It's not even the same one.
I can't deal with this new font.
Where are all these ads?
Wow, that's awful. I'm so sorry. It was so unprofessional of me.
Go all the way down. It's the last line.
Oh, we're going all the way to the last line.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, this is nice. This one even breaks it into the section. Yeah,
Focus.
and it's
All the way down.
Can't you feel our souls ignite?
The last. Oh, this is the Supper of the Mighty One.
Yes.
Is it like him being in love with his, like their love? That's the pinnacle. That's the supper. Your supper's ready.
Yeah, and I think
Lord
again
Lord King.
in kind of like biblical lore, once the apocalypse is over, they celebrate with a supper, and it's the supper of the mighty one. Like the permanent reign of good over evil is celebrated with the supper.
Well, I like it better that it's
both.
that their relationship is the supper.
That's fine. I love that. I love that too.
The sustenance.
Yeah. So I didn't cry as we were listening to
You're
this.
so brave.
It's so brave. It's not that I did get a little choked up at a few different parts. But like there's such an amazing buildup. And obviously we stopped this song a few times. We talked about it, which I feel like we have to do.
I wouldn't be able to remember all the way back if we were.
No, like it would be silly to try to talk about this now, what we were talking about earlier. But I think I don't know. I want to hear more what you guys think. It's
Kate can go now.
We're gonna pivot to Kate.
I think, as you all know, this is my first time hearing the song.
Yeah.
So I have a little less to say than I normally do because there's a lot to unpack here. And I think I'll have to listen to it again to really get a full grasp of the understanding what's happening. I also don't know like any biblical references very well or British stuff.
And there's a lot here, right? The Lord of Lords, King of Kings is a biblical. I mean, there's a ton of it. The New Jerusalem, 666 is the mark of the devil.
I knew that.
And okay, good.
Oh yeah, I also did.
The 7 trumpets blowing. That's
I didn't know what 7 was.
the 7 is a very prominent number in biblical prophecy. I don't really know why, but that happens a lot.
Thank you. That helps. But more what I'm thinking is I enjoyed it much more than I thought I was going to.
Oh, that's kind.
He's talked about this song a lot.
I have.
I always think like a 23-minute song.
Yeah.
No way am I going to do that. But it really didn't. I mean, it didn't feel very long because I was it's like, we were taken along on this journey. There were a bunch of different chapters of the story, so it wasn't like I was listening to this one recurring chorus over and over. It changes so much. It really. You feel different things at each point, and I really wanted to understand it.
I love that. I love that. That means the world to me.
Part of it, though, is like, I don't think you can. Maybe the point is not to understand exactly what's happening.
I agree
just about,
entirely.
Like, the craziness of it, the absurdity.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just so hung up on the fact that I don't see how we're following more than one person.
I hear you, and
like to me, this is what I saw happen. He's with his wife, and then 7 men or something. Like you said, it's a biblical event, sign of apocalypse. But maybe it's the fact that you said there was a fake Messiah that's throwing me off because those people, they'd pulled him out of his home, pulled him away from his wife. And
well, then I think he's with the fake Messiah. He's not. It doesn't become this fake Messiah.
I don't think he became the fake Messiah. I'm saying like if he's being taken by this fake Messiah, then isn't he fighting on the bad side? Like, is there a good such a thing as a good fake Messiah?
No, and I think and maybe that's a little too literal interpretation of what's happening. Again, in my mind, because. In the biblical story of the apocalypse, the Antichrist returns to Earth and convinces people that he's the Messiah. Like this is sort of biblical prophecy, and so this man is almost the narrator and witness of this story, and so he's more reporting what's happening than joining along and
But isn't he part of the battles? Like he's fighting.
he's reporting on the, like, I don't know that he's fighting, he's reporting on the battles. We're probably hearing the perspective of several different people. But I think Corinne's right though. I think this was originally written as like 3 or 4 different songs. And they're like, oh, this all goes, let's figure out how to make one long song out of this because we can make these pieces work really well together. And so there are definitely parts of this where we could go back to some of these lines and I'm like, I have no idea what they mean by that.
I also am like, maybe this is wrong, but I feel like would like to think that it's more about the man and the wife and not exactly what happens on this weird thing, but more about what that represents about the relationship.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like that's also what I want to focus on, but I need to listen to it again for me to be able to bridge the gap between
what happened to understand what it represents about the relationship.
Yeah.
So that,
And I think that's why I wanted to give you the arc of the song.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I think it would be hard to even follow this if you hadn't listened to it 10 times and kind of pieced some of these things together.
Yeah, maybe twice, but I haven't heard it in like several years.
Right. Well, so so that's Kate's first take on it.
And I don't want to come across it by any means that I don't like it. Like
no. But I said from the outset, like, this is not. It would be very unusual for someone to sit down and listen to this, especially like a current 21-year-old, and be like, "Oh, I love this song." No, I mean, this is the song where like you're going to hear it again in 3 months, and you're going to recognize a few pieces, and they're going to stick, and then you're going to pick up a few lines.
I'm just
of the
yearning
lyrics.
to understand it better, and that's not. Corinne's laughing that I said yearning.
No. Is that why you laughed?
I don't know. It just came out. I don't know. I guess I've never heard her say yearning.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever said that before. But I think it's all. This is how I get. You know, it frustrates me when I know all the information is there, pretty much. Like things are up to interpretation, but like I could see myself reading through this again or listening to this again because I want to understand like what this experience is doing to his marriage or how it's getting him through this distance. It's just I want to know more about it, and I think that'll come with my own time of listening to it, and I'll probably have a slightly different understanding of it than either of you guys do.
No, you have to have the same as
But so I wanted to ask you, what's your take on this song now, having heard it a few times?
I mean, I guess to be honest, I didn't used to listen to lyrics very much in the past. I kind of was just like about the sounds.
Yeah, which is fine.
So it was interesting to actually like really focus on the lyrics. Yeah, like Kate, I'm still not totally sure what happens. But I was appreciating also more like all the guitar elements and the combo of that with the flute was beautiful.
Drums. Bells.
The bells, the church bells.
Right.
And all the layers, like I said, the sound effects and then the background singers.
Oh, I forgot. I also liked in the beginning, in the very first like stanza or something, it's like Peter Gabriel singing and then there's like a background singer. Mm-hmm. And you know how background singers usually they're like, ooh, like they highlight something or they just like add a new flourish. But the background singer was like saying the exact same words.
It sounded like Peter Gabriel, but like
and sometimes they do it. They do that. Like
in a different
he'll record
voice.
a primary vocal and then he'll record himself as the background.
Which made me feel like, and that was while he was with his wife, and it was almost like he was in 2 different places at the same time, and that was maybe causing a barrier, or or I guess that was foreshadowing to part of him being pulled away. I don't know, but I thought that was unique. Sorry,
no,
keep going.
Okay. I also noticed that, but then I forgot about it. But I guess I appreciate more now, like...
Sorry, I ruined your train of thought.
No, I'm just, like, how it... Like, the relationship part, like, thinking about it being the supper and the Jerusalem, and I never really thought that much about it, and, what was I going to say?
But I
was going to say something.
If you think of it, interrupt me. But in terms of understanding these lyrics and pinning down these lyrics, in my mind, it makes more sense to...
Okay. Just like, I feel like it's like when you sense a distance in a relationship and you think something's wrong, and then you like immediately think it's something terrible. It's like the apocalypse.
Right.
And like how your mind
like
goes
it's all
this
gonna
crazy.
end.
Everything's gonna end. It's on the downfall. But then you realize that that's not true, and then you're closer than you were before. I don't know. I think I'm able to see that more, especially now having been in a relationship.
Yes.
Since I've heard the song.
Right.
Yeah, I just appreciate that.
Okay, I like that.
But my favorite part is still the "Hey My Babe," Guardian Eyes Blue. I really like those lines. Even though I also don't really know what that means, but I really like it.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what he means by, but it's right.
Maybe
Guardian Eyes
if he actually looked deep into her eyes and was present, there wouldn't be distance.
So you're putting this on him, is what you're doing. I see.
Man.
Now we're back to like it's the man's
I don't
fault.
know what it means.
But I think what I wanted to say, in terms of, I love your interest in the lyrics and wanting to dig into the lyrics, and there's a lot to dig into here, and that things that do make sense. But for me, ultimately, this is like a poem, right? Every line doesn't make literal sense.
Like an epic poem, like the
But it's an
Odyssey
epic poem, right? Some of it is there for just the lyrical quality of it, I think. There's one section in here where, and I wanted to point this out, but we've already talked for probably an hour. But
Our poor listener.
No,
it's an hour, 3 minutes.
Okay, if you're still watching, that's great. There's this section I think it's in Willow Farm.
Oh, the use of sound, or like, maybe the alliteration isn't the right word, but like where all the sounds of the words are the same.
Alliteration is right, I think.
Oh, no, wait. Maybe that's what I was going to just talk about.
Well, I'm going to talk about it.
Okay.
The butterflies, the gutterflies, open your eyes, it's full of surprise.
Oh, yeah.
Lies, like the fox.
Yeah, like you're right, because the rhyming scheme is strange, right?
Yeah.
Like he's rhyming words in the middle of the lines, which is interesting. And then there's this part that I wanted to highlight too. Mum to mud to mad to dad. And then dad to damn to dumb to mum. There used to be a word game where you needed to get from this word to this word, changing one letter at a time, and every word along the way had to be like a real word. So how do you get from the word flint to some other 5-letter word?
Flint the first word?
I don't know why that's the first. I have no idea
really
why that's
weird.
the first. But that's what they've done here. Like each change, mum to mud changes one letter, to mad changes one letter, to dad. So they went from mum to dad, changing one letter at a time, and everything in between is a word. And then dad back to mum, dad to damn.
A word?
Dumb is a word. Maybe that's the English. I don't know. We're gonna go with it to mum. But so there are so many like little creative things like that in this song that, unless you're crazy like me and have listened to this song and analyzed it 1,000 times, you wouldn't pick up on. And I have no idea why I brought that up. That was in reference to.
I also listened to I wanted to say something about that.
Yeah.
The alliteration. So I think
the alliteration. Yes.
Fun.
So that's good. We came back to that part.
So I think our homework is to listen to this.
I feel like there could be a college class on
this song.
Or I think
Or
it should
maybe
be
Genesis
made
in
into
general.
a play.
Yeah.
I've said that about other songs, so you're
That's
stealing
true.
my idea.
I thought you were just like they're.
No, I
built
said
like
something
a
about
play.
how there should be a Genesis musical.
Well, we are
I
going
think
to get to The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway soon, and that is one long play.
But it's not.
I thought it was a song.
It's songs.
Well,
We mean
it's
like an
it's
actual
double
live-
album.
Like a play
Action
with
play.
actors and stuff.
Well, when they perform, we'll talk about that when we talk about The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Let's close
Sorry
up
for talking
on
so
Supper's
much.
Ready Now. I don't know. I love that you guys listened to this and gave it your honest attention.
I want to hear what everyone
thoughts.
thinks about it because
Yeah,
I'll listen to it more. But also, if they want to give me some hints, that would be great.
yeah, I think that would be great. Like, and I mean this honestly. So for the Genesis fans out there that are still watching an hour in, you're obviously really a little nuts, but also obviously fanatics about Genesis. What does the song mean to you? You know, what stands out for you? What do you take from this song? Because this, again, as I said, this is one of those songs that I've loved for going on 40 years now, you know, since I first heard it. And it remains, honestly, the most meaningful song, to me in my life. And that seems to be common among Genesis fans. So please share with us your thoughts about this. Hopefully we did this justice. We've been.
I hope so. I wish I had more profound things to say, but it's just I need to dig into it more before I can.
Yeah, no, I think your first experience insights were very good.
Good job, Kate.
Yeah, we'll snap to Kate.
And even just we probably talked about this, and I know we're trying to wrap up, but the way that they use music to simulate action.
Yes. Yeah.
Like on stage.
Yeah,
Like
they
the
do that a
battle.
lot.
I guess we talked about that. I don't know. Just
No, we didn't talk
make
about
sure
that.
We covered all the grounds.
Yeah, I mean, there's
There's
so
too
much,
many grounds.
too many grounds to cover.
And then when it goes back, when it's about the intimate relationship, it's like the flute and the guitar, and I like that
Corinne?
it matches the setting / what's happening
Yes.
with the instruments. Yeah.
It's just
And the electric
all
guitar is
the
the battle, classic guitar is the wife. Sorry.
No, yeah. It's just so there's so much intentional detail put in there, and
There's
that's
so many
fantastic.
layers.
Okay, so what I think we should do is we should listen to this again tomorrow and just record our second. No,
Our
I'm just
second
kidding.
reaction?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
We
no,
wouldn't.
you should make Kate at least listen to it again.
Kate will you listen to this again?
And just
Yes.
have her on camera.
And just Kate on camera listening to it again?
And then
I'm just gonna talk to myself.
So this was, as we wrap up now, this was the start of our Peter Gabriel era
Quite
Genesis.
a big one to start
It's a big
on,
one.
but-
I wanted to start with this one. I don't know, for so many reasons.
I mean, I think it was a good one to start on because it's like, it's an amazing performance.
We
Yeah.
started with a bang, and we're excited to keep going.
Yeah, we have a lot to do. Thank you so much for still listening to us go on. We really appreciate it.
We'll
but
have to edit some of those.
I don't know what there is to edit out of this.
Well, maybe we'll split into 2 parts, but Dad will worry about that because he's the editor.
I'll worry about that because I'm the editor. Thank you very much. We will see you again soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye, thank you.